Do I really need an iPad mini? I've got the iPhone 13 Pro Max. The iPad mini is not that much bigger. I don't really use the iPad mini I have right now. I mean, what can it really do? I can watch shows, YouTube, check my email. What's the big deal? So that was me back in October when rumors of an all-new, completely redesigned iPad mini came out. I had zero expectation that I'd be buying one. I just continued to limp along with my 8-year-old iPad mini and rely on my phone for all the things I do when I'm not using my Mac Pro or MacBook Pro. Boy, was I wrong. When I saw the Apple event this past fall and they debuted the iPad mini 6, it just kept checking all the boxes of what I was looking for. It was affordable, smallish, Apple Pencil compatible, Touch ID, long battery life, Sidecar compatible, the A15 Bionic chip. Instead of thinking no, I started thinking about the possibilities. I started thinking about how it could be a tool that has a return on the investment instead of something I'd occasionally use, and when I did go to use it, the battery would be dead from not using it. So I want to get into the 6 things I use my iPad mini for constantly and how integral it has become to my workflow as a content creator. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe because I've got a couple awesome Final Cut Pro vids that show one of macOS's best features when used with an iPad, and surprisingly not too many content creators know about it, especially content creators who edit in Final Cut Pro. Now more on that in a minute. So the thing I do most to dial in my content for my channel, to see what's trending, to see how YouTube is changing, to better understand how I can move my mission as a content creator forward is watching videos, consuming content, studying YouTube. The bulk of the content I watch is on my Apple TV, followed by my computer while I'm working. But there are plenty of times when the TV isn't available and I want to disappear into the content I'm watching. And my iPad mini 6 is perfect for that. The battery lasts forever, it's comfortable to hold in my hand, and the 8.3-inch liquid retina display is bright, vibrant, and easy on these tired old eyes. With the iPad mini smart cover, I can have the iPad mini next to my laptop while I'm working, streaming content in the background so I can both get in and stay in the creative flow. Now when I'm watching all these vids, because I'm in the creative flow, I tend to get inspired. Things open up and my mind is free to channel new ideas, new visions for videos, new strategies for my channel, and I can't not have some way of getting those ideas down, written, and made real. So with the iPad mini being compatible with Apple Pencil, I can pop open my GoodNotes app, which is a great app by the way, crack open my YouTube notebook and jot down episode ideas, title ideas, create a rough outline for my next vid, or even sketch a rough design of a thumbnail. So the iPad mini 6 paired with the Apple Pencil is an incredible tool to make sure that my creative flow doesn't stop, doesn't dam up when I can't easily grab a notebook. This alone has made the iPad mini and Apple Pencil worth the purchase. But wait, there's more. Now that I've gotten inspired and let the creative flow do its thing to get all these ideas out of me, I've got to put together an outline for my next vid. It's not going to be scripted, a bit more off the cuff, but it still needs structure. It can't be this stream of consciousness or it'll lack focus, it'll lack a story, and viewers like you won't stay engaged. So I use Apple's Pages app on my MacBook Pro to draft an outline, and then it's immediately accessible on the iPad because it's all on iCloud Drive. So I'm ready to roll cameras and I've got the iPad next to me so I can refer to it while I'm filming my A-roll. And it's even better when I'm live streaming because I can put the entire flow of the show in a Pages document, prop it up in portrait mode on my handy little kickstand, and my live streams stay on track from segment to segment. Because I use my MacBook Pro for demonstrations or showing what I'm working on, I need to keep the iPad mini there with the show notes so I'm sure to hit every point I want to hit. It may not seem like much, but it shows up on screen, both in my main vids and my live streams. The iPad mini is a tool that helps me achieve a desired result, and that result is quality live streams that also perform well in replay because they feel like well-made long-form content that can stand on its own. The videos retain their value because they're structured instead of just a meandering stream of consciousness mess. But what about my scripted vids? I know some of you may be shocked to know that I use a teleprompter for a lot of my vids, including this one. And what's projecting the text? My iPad mini. I use a discontinued app, but since I paid for it a while ago and it still works, I just keep using it. You can't buy it anymore, but it's called Teleprompt Plus 3. I export my Pages scripts to a rich text format, drop it in Dropbox, pull it up through the app, and I'm ready to film the A-roll of a brand new YouTube vid. It pairs perfectly with my iPhone 13 Pro Max so I can make any edits, start a section over if I flub a line, or I can change the speed. If you're someone who loves using a teleprompter and are thinking about leveling up from a smaller one that maybe uses uses your phone, definitely think about an iPad mini to go with it. Another thing I do a lot as a content creator is take meetings, and we're all on Zoom, Google Meet, Skype, and FaceTime to take those meetings. Well, because I have a dedicated live stream setup with an incredible camera, a teleprompter, and an older computer dedicated to running my live streams and meetings, I can use my iPad mini as an extra display for my MacBook Pro. Pair that with my teleprompter and I can finally look into the camera and see the person or persons in the meeting I'm having. I use an app called Duet Air to wirelessly extend my 2013 15-inch MacBook Pro's desktop to my iPad mini, and then I drag the zoom window onto the iPad so I can look at the person I'm speaking to and look into the lens of the camera simultaneously. Now this is definitely overkill for a lot of you, but if you're a content creator who's already live streaming, or if you've been using your mirrorless camera as your webcam, you're not far off from a setup just like this. Just throw a teleprompter into the mix with your iPad mini and you're pretty much good to go. For me, I think there's been some serious impact on the brands and businesses I've met with. They see a really pleasing image from my C300 Mark II, and I'm able to look at them directly during the meeting. The same goes for guesting on video podcasts and live streams. Instead of having the other person on your laptop while you try to look at the lens, you can combine an app like Duet Air with a teleprompter and your iPad mini for a legit guest appearance setup. And then there's the greatest feature of all, especially if you're creating all of your content in Final Cut Pro on a Mac, and that feature is macOS's Sidecar. Now, I made an entire video on Sidecar. There's a link in the description and you have to check it out. Throw up your iPad mini next to your MacBook Pro while you're working in Final Cut Pro, and you've got a second display where you can free up precious user interface real estate by sending your browser, timeline, or viewer over to the Mac Mini, and you can get to chopping that broccoli. And not only is your display extended, but you also get to resurrect the touch bar if you've been missing it since the new MacBook Pros came out. But be sure to check out my vid all about Sidecar so you know how to set it up, how it works with Final Cut Pro, and what it can do for your content creation workflow. So those are the 6 things my iPad mini has been a game changer for when it comes to my content creation workflow. Everything from idea to execution involves my iPad mini, and I couldn't be happier with what at the time felt like a splurge, a bit of a luxury when I bought it. It was something I didn't really know I needed, but now that I have it, I can't live without. And that to me is an indication of a really special tool for your content creation workflow. Hit the like button so other viewers can get in on this iPad mini goodness. And until the next video, everyone, keep chopping that broccoli. Is that my new catchphrase? Does that work? Is it funny or weird? We'll see if it sticks. Could be a cool t-shirt. Well, regardless, I'll see you all soon.